Hi dears, welcome to my channel. Today we are discussing class 6 lesson 7 motion and measurements. What was the sixth lesson? It was living organisms, characteristics and habitat. There I have asked you 3 questions. Do you remember? It's the time to answer these questions. First question was living components of the environment is dash components. Living component of the environment is called dash components, ma? It's biotic components. Second one, natural home of living organisms is. Natural home of living things is what, ma? It's called habitat. Okay, the third one is mechanism that helps animals to blend with its surroundings. What is it? The mechanism with which the animal will be blending with its surroundings? It's called camouflage, isn't it? Okay, now it's the time to start the lesson. We are entering into physics, motion and measurement. Physics is very easy subject and I'm welcoming you to the world of physics. Okay, what was the lesson? Motion and measurements. Motion. We all move, isn't it? When we are moving, when we are standing, I am standing still. Am I moving? No. I am changing the position. Am I moving? Yes. So what is motion? It's actually change in position. Change in position, when you are writing what is motion, it is a phenomena of change in position. It is wrong or it is partially correct only. Actually, the answer is the phenomena by which an object changes its position with respect to time. With respect to time, if the object is changing its position, we are saying it as motion. From ancient time itself, people or animals, everything start moving. In ancient times, there was nothing with a man with him, isn't it? So he used his legs to walk from place to place. For what purpose he is moving, ma? In search of food, water, shelter. Not only man, all the animals are doing the same thing. Now also the other animals are doing, but the man is getting improved. I am saying about the story, entire story now. Okay, are you ready to listen? Okay, yes. The man used to walk from place to place. Then he's a lazy guy, isn't it? So he wants something to be more active to move faster. So he understood the animals, I can tame the animals and I can make them to walk for me. Yes, he tamed horses and all. And in the desert areas, camels he tamed. And he sat above it and used to walk. Okay? That also, the speed is not that much, isn't it? It will take much more time to reach. If you are, say, I am saying about the camel and all. So, he want to have much more interesting thing. By the time the wheel has been invented, he joined the wheel with the horse. And it has become what, ma? It has become horse cart. Not only that, bullock cart and other carts will came into existence. By the time he used to sit over the cart, and by the time he carry his goods also to a little extent, and he used to travel in the cart. Then the invention of motor engine made a tremendous change. Then motor bikes, then cars, trucks, lorries, all these came into existence. Along with the wheel and along with the motor, the vehicles has been invented and they are having much more speed. So he left these animals and he used to travel in this motor vehicles. Now also we are doing the same, isn't it? Now the transportation has been changed. But initially a single man or his family used to travel. But now in trains and all, how many people are they are carrying, isn't it? In the trains, trucks and all, and in aeroplanes, how much people they are moving in a particular time, isn't it? So as the transportation is getting improved, we are dividing it into 3 types. Transportation through land, transportation through air and transportation through water. In land, there are many things which are motor things. We can say trains, trucks, then lorries, scooties, cars and all, isn't it? Transportation through air, helicopters, aeroplanes and all. And transportation through water, boats, ships and all. By all the 3 means he used to move. So we should understand one thing. What is transportation? What is this transportation, Gana? Transportation is the movement of goods as well as people from place to place by various means. Okay? It's the movement of goods as well as people from one place to another through various means. I think it's clear now for you. Okay? Now, I am asking you one question. Is there any relation with this movement and measurement? Of course it is there. Every day you are going to school. By which way you are going? Are you going by ship? Are you going by aeroplane? No. By which way you may say I am going with my cycle, or you may say my house and the school is so near, so I can walk and go. You can say, some of you are saying, isn't it? Some of you are saying a little more distance is there, cycle is not enough, and it is much more traffic area, so my father is taking me, or I am going by car. All these you are saying. Why? When you are understanding the distance, you can say by that way, isn't it? If the distance is much more, you are not able to walk by this way all the way. You are not able to walk. By the time you need some transport. If the house is so close to school, you can move by your legs itself, isn't it? So, measurement is needed for everything. In olden times, they used to measure by their own ways because a proper measurement was not there. Now also you may feel to buy a flower garland, you may have seen people measuring from the arm to the elbow. It's called a cubit. Okay, it's called cubit, we will say. Then by measuring, you can measure the desk with your hand span. Hand span is a much more better way to measure. Some of them measure their length with their foot. Foot length they will see. By this way and all, it will not be proper. This kind of measurement will not be proper. Why? Because these measurements vary from people to people. Some of them will be having a much more longer hand, so the measurement may vary. Some of you will be having a shorter hand. This hand will not be the same for your younger brother and sister, isn't it? Your hand span is not an accurate value of measurement. By this way, they have invented. Who have invented? Some persons or some scientists have invented international standard unit. It will not vary from place to place. All over the world it is accepted. It is called SI unit. Okay. SI unit of length is what, ma? SI unit of length is meter. Now I will tell you, when you are measuring the distance from home to school, you may say, my school is 2 kilometers away from my home. Isn't it? Yes, you may say, or 5 or 2, whatever it is, it may vary. But still you will say, my home is 2 kilometers away from my school. So I can think, okay, 2 kilometers only. So by cycle also you can go, isn't it? Like that you will be able to understand, or you will be able to judge by which way or by which transport you can use to travel. Did you get, ma? Okay. As I am saying, my school is 2 kilometers from my home. The measurement will be having two things, two parts are there. We are saying 2 as well as kilometers. First is what? First is the number part, and the second is the unit. Okay, everything will be having these two parts. When we are saying the measurement, everything will be having these two parts. 2 kilometers, 5 meters, 7 kilometers. Like that it will vary. Measurement will be having two parts, ma. What are they? First will be number part and the second will be unit part. Okay. Is there SI unit only for length? No, SI unit are there for much more things. To say mass, kilogram. Kilogram is the SI unit. And for time, second is the, okay, second is the SI unit for time. You may say, you may see your mother buying tomatoes from a vendor. He will be having a balance, weighing balance. By the time she will put some tomatoes in one pan, how much you need, you the vendor may ask. So she may say, I need 1 kilogram. So he will keep a 1 kilogram weight in other pan. And then she will be able to put the tomatoes on the other pan. Till both the pans are in balance, she will be putting. Okay. So what it is there? You by the time he will say, okay, Amma, it's enough. Don't put anything extra. It's correct 1 kilo only. Don't put anyone extra, isn't it? So what you are understanding? 1 kilogram of tomatoes are this much tomatoes. 5 tomatoes will make 1 kilogram? No. 7 tomatoes will make 1 kilogram? No. We can't say how much tomatoes it is because tomatoes may vary in size and shape. Okay. But the kilogram, how much it is, we are measuring by what? By reference standard. Okay. So what is this actually the measurement? What is the measurement? Measurement is the comparison of the unknown quantity with the known quantity. We are comparing how much tomatoes are needed to make it 1 kilo. It can be 7, it can be 5, 15, it can be 5 also, based on the size of the tomatoes. Okay, we are comparing the unknown quantity with what, ma? With the known quantities. Now I am going to explain how to measure the length. Dears, even though SI unit of length is meter, there are many other measurements also, like kilometer. Kilometer, thousands meter will become 1 kilometer. Centimeter, 100 centimeter becomes 1 meter. So centimeter is very small length compared to this meter. Millimeter is also the millimeter, 10 millimeter joins to form 1 centimeter. Like that, some other measurements are also there. Okay, as well as for time, we know that SI unit is seconds. We know all these things, that 1 minute. What is 1 minute? How many seconds will become 1 minute? Kana? 60 seconds makes 1 minute. And 60 minutes make 1 hour. And 24 hours will make 1 day. And like that it will be, right? Okay. And 7 days will become 1 week. Like that it will go. 12 months becomes 1 year and all. Okay. And in the case of this, in the case of mass, kilogram, gram, milligram, centigram, all these are also the measurements. Okay. Now I am asking you, if an object is small object and if you have to measure the length, if it is straight, you will use what, ma? You will use ruler for measuring the length, isn't it? You will use the ruler for measuring the length of the small object, and if it is straight. If the object is curved, how can you measure the length? We can't use the ruler by the time because it's very straight. So what will you use? You can use a thread. Put a knot on the thread, and from the knot you have to stretch the thread like that along the curves. And to which extent the curve is, to that extent the thread has to be stretched. After that, take the thread and make it straight and measure the length. This is the way to measure the curved regions. Okay. Why the curved regions are important? For the girls, anklets are there, isn't it? For that, you should know the measurement of the foot, isn't it? About the foot, that anklet has to be put. How much measure it is, you should understand. And for boys also, some bracelets, isn't it? For our hands, rings are there for measuring all these. Curved, the line is curved, so the thread is the best way for finding. Okay. Now we are going to see the types of motion. Only one type of motion is there? No. The clock is also moving. It is having motion, isn't it? It's not the straight motion, isn't it? If a child is swinging in the swing, this is also a motion. But the motion is it straight? No. The soldiers are marching in a path. Is it a curved motion? No, it is a straight motion. So motions are of different types. What are the types of motion we are going to see? First is rectilinear motion. By the name itself you will be having an idea. Line, in a line the things are moving. To say the soldiers who are moving in parade. Okay, ma? What is this rectilinear motion? Objects moves along the straight line. Is called what, ma? Rectilinear motion. In the assembly you are coming by this way and you will be standing and you will be moving by this way only. Okay. And the second is circular motion. As I told you, the hands of the clock is moving by this way. What is the circular motion? The objects keep constant distance from the point. You will not be able to explain what is the circular motion. The object will keep on moving, and from the starting point they will come. Keeps constant distance from the point, from the starting point. It will keep the constant distance from the starting point is called what, ma? Circular motion. Okay, what is the periodic motion? The object repeats its motion after some time. What is it, ma? The object repeats its motion again and again. The same kind of motion is moving. That's what, ma? Periodic motion. The child is swinging. It's an example of periodic motion. I will say just one example, but you should be having an idea on any other things which are coming in this list, whether it is circular motion, whether it is periodic motion and all. You should be having an idea. Okay. I think the lesson is almost finished. It's the question time. Shall I ask you questions now itself? Motion of objects or the part of object move around the fixed point is called dash motion. Motion of the object or the part of it around a fixed point. Around a fixed point, the things are moving. So what kind of motion it is? I have drawn, I think. Sorry. What kind of motion you should say? Second one. As a unit of temperature is dash. I have not explained, but you should know it. As a unit of temperature is dash. The third one. 1 metric ton is equal to dash kilogram. 1 metric ton is equal to dash kilogram. You have to search and you have to find the answer.